Welcome back, everybody. If you are watching live, you know we are in the middle of a double feature of the PTC Movie Club, so we're going to keep the intros short and sweet as we do. Welcome, everyone, to the Pass Control Podcast, a show where a couple of best friends talk about the latest in video games and nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we talk about, Shrek too much. Either way, we have a new episode for you each and every week. As always, I'm your host, Brenden, and joining me on this lovely Saturday evening is the anime senpai himself, Mr. Michael Desir. Mike, how are you doing?
I'd argue that we don't talk about Shrek enough.
Fair. I mean, listen, you want to start making Shrek a segment, Mike? The floor is yours. The floor is yours, sir. I'm still confused how you've only ever seen it in and did you say you've only ever seen a Spanish dub of the movie?
I've only seen it in Mexico. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we watched it in my Spanish class in middle school.
Interesting.
I almost picked Shrek as my musical for the past month, but that may pop up later.
Is that a musical though?
I'd be surprised.
Okay, all right, I'll allow it, I guess. Also joining us, the Fortnite father, Mr. Todd Gary. Todd, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm ready to go.
Rounding us out for the PTC Movie Club double feature is the pick of the month himself, the Disney daddy, Dominic 40. Dom, how are you doing?
I'm very nervous that one of the movies at the end of this episode is going to be Crossroads now, and I don't know any information about the movie Crossroads.
It's not my pick. Oh, you mean for the game?
For the game.
Yeah.
Let's just say could be.
What? I don't even know what Crossroads is. Like,
Britney Spears
It's the
movie.
Britney Spears movie that Brenden definitely saw in theater. So
100%. Saw it twice. We were in like 8th grade. Listen, I was trying to see it with people I was interested in. I go to the movies. It's fine with me. You know, Walk to Remember, different story.
Cinephile now. Yeah, I was in 8th grade. I was going to the movies all the time. I saw Crossroads twice.
Saw Crossroads twice. I was late to graduation because of Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't fucking know. Anyways.
The spread of
that's an actual story. I forgot about that.
That's an actual story, but Brandon's like, let me pick a movie from the end of middle school and the end of high school.
And the end of
that's how
Evangelion.
Brandon watched
He's
movies.
proving he's a cinephile by
Exactly.
watching Crossroads and Pirates of the Caribbean.
I mean,
Over the span of 5 years.
Over
And
the span of 5 years.
the end of life as we knew it, Mike. Sonic the Hedgehog. Those are all my
Right,
end
yeah,
films. Those are all my end films.
Yep.
I still haven't watched the new Sonic.
Get to that. It was a delightful little ride.
It's on Paramount Plus now, right, or something? HBO. It's on somewhere.
Yes, it's on Paramount. It's on Paramount Plus.
Okay. Maybe I'll watch it at some point.
Do you have Paramount Plus?
Brandon needs to watch his Big Brother
I had it for Halo,
for Halo.
and then Jen, what you can just text me the answer. What was that show you were watching on Paramount? It was like
Marriage is welcome.
real real world reunion or something. I don't know.
Oh God.
Well, there's like she just texted me. Were you watching on Paramount Plus? I think it was Real World Reunion. There's only like 3 seasons. They just like brought back the cast of like the most popular seasons of that show.
Wait, did they bring back Theo Vaughn by any chance?
Do you think?
'Cause he's like
I don't know.
he's super famous. He's like a comedian.
I don't-
He's like a big comedian right now.
Real World Homecoming. Yes. We're gonna just make this easier. We're just gonna fucking phone it in.
Phone in.
I don't know how it's gonna work on this end. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, I can hear the ring.
I heard one ring.
Yeah, I heard one.
Hello?
I think the only thing that I've watched on Paramount Plus is the Jackass movie, the new one.
Hello?
Yes.
Hey Jen, you're on live on the Passing Shore podcast. No, she hung up the
You're
phone.
live on the air.
Hey,
I'm gonna try it one more time.
hello, caller.
You gotta let them know.
Let's see,
You
what am I
gotta let them know. You can't just
What am I?
You're
What
the
am I
15th
watching?
caller.
Jen. Jen.
Yes.
Okay. Can you hear me, Jen?
Pissed you got her on live.
Never mind. It's not important. Todd was asking about some person. Is that person from the real world?
Dickie Roberts is on
He was from
Paramount
Road
Plus.
Rules. Yeah, he's from Real World. Theo Vaughn.
What city though?
Early, man. Early. Like real fucking early.
Yeah. What city?
I don't fucking know, man. I haven't watched that shit. I'm 40 years old. I was,
Theo
Yeah,
Vaughn. Look at
I'll
him.
find out right now.
Just tell me the city.
He was on Road Rules.
Oh, then this is a
but
different show.
Oh, Road Rules. Okay.
Anyways, this is a terrible fucking start to this episode.
Oh, did I watch Scream on this too? I watched it in theaters.
Anyways, this episode of the Pass Control Podcast is sponsored by our MG streams. I've streamed a few times already for MG. Every stream throughout the rest of July will also be tied to MG fundraising, and there will be some specific streams coming up in the middle of the month where I play through Babylon's Fall to completion and a few other things. So be on the lookout for those. Check into our social media to get accurate dates and times where all that stuff will go live. And there is potential for some bonus long-term streams that you can get me to watch if we hit certain milestones. Get me to play games that I don't want to play if you hit certain milestones. So check out for those things, and we appreciate if you donate, share, tune in, and help us raise money for MG. Also, because I will say this, in addition to the country being very fucking shitty right now and overturning Roe v. Wade, among other things that the Supreme Court is also currently in the process of changing and making everything more difficult for everybody, Roe v. Wade affects more than just people being able to get abortions, people being able to have a say over what they can do with their own body. In certain scenarios with certain immunocompromised people, one of the medicines that is available for people that have MG is one of the medicines that is also used in some sort of abortion procedure. So in certain states where that's now illegal, someone like Jen who takes that medicine can't take that medicine anymore. So it doesn't just affect what you may think it may affect. It affects people across different, at the end of the day, it's all terrible. It's all garbage. But it does affect more than just that one thing that you may be thinking it affects. So, that's another reason why raising money for MG is very important right now, because there are a lot of people who have MG and other other types of immunocompromised diseases that will also be in trouble of not being able to get medicine that they typically would take because it is now becoming harder to get, outlawed in certain states, whatever it may be. So support those streams, support your local abortion clinic, support those people that need that help right now, because things are not great for a lot of people. It affects everybody. A couple other housekeeping things. That's a weird transition. I don't really know. I kind of just went off on a tangent, but it needed to be said. I don't know. There's no other housekeeping. That's it. That's all that matters. So, for the double feature for this month, we watched Hedwig and the Angry Inch, which, another film. Didn't know what this was about. Here's my anecdote, Dom. I know you've been patiently waiting for the anecdote.
I have, since last week's episode.
When I Googled where to stream Hedwig and the Angry Inch, I must have mistyped something, and my phone corrected to Earwig and the Angry Witch, which is streaming.
Different film.
It is a different film streaming on HBO Max, and I watched about 20 or so minutes of it, and Jen goes, "Wait, this movie's animated? I don't think you're watching the right movie." And nope,
and there was no music.
I was not watching. No, there was music. It was a fucking animated movie. It's a Studio Ghibli film. I remember very clearly. I was like, "Oh shit, Dom picked a fucking anime. Hell yeah!" And then I'm like, "There's no way. There's no way. This is not correct." Jen was like, "Are you sure you're watching the right movie?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm watching the Angry Winch or whatever, like the Angry Witch." And she's like, "Yeah, no, you're not watching the right film, big guy."
Nope, you are not.
So, and I was gonna text that. I'm glad I didn't. I was gonna text as soon as I started watching. I was like, "Oh shit, Dom picked a fucking anime. Why haven't you picked an anime, Mike?" And I'm glad I didn't.
We'll see what happens. When's my next pick? I think Todd is next, and then I'm after.
I picked the live action anime of Country Bears. That was basically an anime.
Pose.
Mike, you should pick End of Eva for your film.
I mean, It's a wild watch. It's a wild watch, even for you who has watched the the base series. I think it's a wild watch.
I think it would be
We'll
interesting
try.
perspective. You get two people who we got one who have seen it, one who's only seen the first part of the show, or whatever the original show, and then two people who haven't seen any of it.
I've seen
So,
it.
okay, Todd.
Yeah, Todd watched it all. Todd. You never seen Todd's nerve tattoo on his back?
No, I
I'll
don't.
pick
I
Perfect
don't
Blue
often
in my
see
pick.
Todd without a shirt, Mike. Where the fuck you hanging out with Todd with no shirt?
Todd just wants me to pick Perfect Blue so he can be like, this is just fucking Black Swan.
I really wanted to like make detailed notes about the first 20 minutes of that film and just pretend like not mention that I watched that and just like say, this director, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, so that was my fun little anecdote about Hedwig and the Angry Inch. That's all I got to say. That's it.
That was good. That was good.
But as we always start off with these films, the IMDb, not the IMDb, the box office mojo for Hedwig and the Angry Inch. I couldn't find, again, I use that specific source for that. So let me see if I can just find a budget from Wikipedia or something, just so we have something. According to the internet, with a budget of $6 million, Hedwig and the Angry Inch, where do we think this got a worldwide box office?
I don't even think it crossed 10. I'm gonna probably say like
Yeah, I feel like this is
Yeah.
a low one.
I'm gonna say
The
6.
one is
You said 6. I'm gonna say 6.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
I like
I'm gonna
it.
go
I
3.
like- Shit.
What'd you say, Todd?
3 million, and I think that's too much.
I'm gonna say shit. I'm gonna say 5.
All right. It is 3.6 million worldwide.
Let's go.
Damn. All right, Todd.
Todd's cleaning up on these today. And then Hedwig and the Angry Inch, Rotten Tomatoes. What are we thinking, gentlemen?
I have no fucking clue.
Ooh, yeah. This is, boy. I can't even begin to imagine the mindset of critics or audiences.
I'm gonna
And
say
given the
58.
fact that it made 3 million, I don't think there was really an audience to be had to even.
Yeah. 100%.
But that also means that the audience that went to see it are fans of musicals.
Or they were bored on a Friday night and they didn't know what to do. What year was this?
2001.
Or they thought it was
One-
Hagrid from Harry Potter, like
It was the
too.
same
It's
year.
true.
It was the same year as Moulin Rouge, which I
Moulin
had
Rouge.
mentioned in the Moulin Rouge episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So,
Maybe people
Yeah,
were just
they-
dying for musicals.
or Moulin Rouge was sold out when they showed up and like, what are we gonna do? We're already here.
Maybe.
So I'm gonna say for critic, I'm gonna say 62, and for audience, I'm gonna say 69.
Ayo.
Ooh.
Todd, what about you?
So I said 58 for critic, and I'm gonna say 73 for audience.
Okay. Dom, where are you standing here?
Respectful.
This is a award-nominated film,
What award?
Best Actor. For John Cameron Mitchell was nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Actor.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to say 75 critic, 82 user.
Well, with Dom just being the highest across the board gets it, but to, I think, all of your surprise, this has a tomato meter of 92 and an audience score of 93.
I'm not super surprised.
According to Rotten
Wow.
Tomatoes, the critics' consensus, Hedwig and the Angry Inch may very well be the next Rocky Horror Midnight movie. It not only knows how to rock, but Hedwig's story has an emotional poignancy. I will say, these two movies stacked up against each other, I enjoyed Hedwig much more than I enjoyed Moulin Rouge, for a lot of reasons. I think it was just overall, I preferred the storytelling here and the cinematography compared to the franticness of Moulin Rouge. I think the music was probably more interesting to me. I didn't think the acting was bad in Moulin Rouge, but I think the acting was good in this too. I still don't know if I would say that like I'd watch this movie again, but I didn't dislike this movie. I was definitely over watching 2 musicals in the same week, but
Yeah. Definitely.
I don't know if I would say I dislike this movie. What is the consensus here? Do we all did?
Yeah, I think I like this movie more than Moulin Rouge. However, I wonder if I don't think I would watch either movie again, but I feel like I feel like I would end up watching Moulin Rouge again. Like I wouldn't choose to do it. I feel like I could see myself sitting down for it again. I don't know if I could sit down.
Gun to
for
my
it
head.
again.
It's like,
Gun to my head. Although it was so much longer. It was only half an hour longer, but still, it just a lot of movie. But anyway, I did like Hedwig more than Moulin Rouge. I think I did like the music more. I did like the story more, just because it was more. I don't know if you want to say grounded, compared to like the essentially like the farce that was Moulin Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was fun.
What about you two? Did you overall like the film? Not like the film?
yeah, I liked it better than definitely liked it better than Moulin Rouge. I liked some of the songs in it too. I thought they were like way better music than Moulin Rouge. Um, it's funny that comparison to Rocky Horror because like I like Rocky Horror and I actually went to one of those screenings of Rocky Horror where everyone recites the movie like back in the day. But like I didn't think it was as fun as Rocky Horror. It doesn't have. I didn't feel like I had that like fun aspect that Rocky Horror does. But I totally get the comparison of that. But
Yeah.
It's very much more like I don't know. It's like rock opera-esque. It even like had a few like nods to other rock operas in the film. Like she makes a Tommy reference in the film. I enjoyed this movie. I went in really not knowing whether I would or not. I knew that like I would enjoy the music more than Moulin Rouge. Just because like I knew that it was more like rock oriented than it was like musical oriented, I guess. But yeah, I enjoyed this movie better.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat, and I don't want to talk too much about Moulin Rouge in this episode in case people don't want to hear that here. But also, I want to talk about this movie kind of as its own thing and not just as a constant comparison thing.
I would say that I enjoyed this movie, not like without the
same. I think I probably would have enjoyed this movie even more if I did not watch it in the same like close proximity as watching Moulin Rouge. But I don't think that's a negative against the film. I just think that I was at the point of like, okay, I've watched a lot of musical.
I had to look up the name of the song, but I actually think I would listen to Wig in a Box again. I actually thought that song was like the best song in the movie. If you guys
there
know
were a few good ones.
Yeah.
But I
which one was Wig in the Box? It like in a scene. Which one was it?
When she's how do I describe it? When she's in the trailer, and she's like laying sideways.
Okay. Yep.
I'm trying. Yeah. Is that? Yes. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Where it's alternating between the current day and her in like singing in the oven.
Yeah.
Something I forgot to bring up during the Moulin Rouge episode. There's a lot of stuff like direction wise and like film editing wise where it's like Mike had said like, oh, there's clearly some times where it's like sped up or slowed down. And in addition to that, there was like a lot of, I think, nonsensical like sound effects and like things that just didn't seem like they needed to be added into the film in some weird way. And I feel like Hedwig also kind of has some of the nonsensical elements, not as, but not the same. Like there are clear times where like when they're in the point where she is, I forget what is her love interest. Is his name Tommy too?
Tommy, the one that steals the songs.
Yeah. Tommy Gnosis. Yeah. So like when he's taking a bath and like she, finishes it for him. Yeah, gives him a little downtown fucking reach around. I don't know.
Brown.
Yeah.
Downtown Jolly Brown. Yep.
Like it's not shooting. You're not just watching a hand job. Like it's like, you're seeing the like arm movement and whatever, but then it's like ridiculous like amount of like water, yeah, like it's just like it's like silliness, but it like makes sense, and I feel like it fits the film better. And there are a few other times where I feel like when she meets Luther, is that who she meets? Okay,
the army guy.
Yes,
in Germany?
yes, and like the whole gummy bear scene and like picking up the candy on the walk back, it's like ridiculous, but I feel like it is metaphors and like scene structure that I think works and like fits the film and fits the storytelling. Whereas I felt like, in a different movie, it could seem more out of place, but I feel like it continued to fit the way. Because I also really liked the scene transitions where it would go from her art to like the next plot point or scene or whatever. Because I thought the art was very unique. Like I thought it was like very like a very specific style. I don't know if that was referenced to some other type of art style or whatever, but I enjoyed like those types of transitions into other parts of the film. I enjoyed that a lot. So,
shocked that this movie was greenlit because it's 2001 and I think we're ass backwards in 2022. So I was just like very surprised that like this movie was even able to be made. Because
that was why I picked it as the second movie for Pride Month. It is obvious that like 75% of the characters are genderqueer. Like most of the movie is about like the queer culture. So
yeah,
or I shouldn't say queer culture, like queer characters, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, other than the person that's in here, Michael Pitt, who's in Boardwalk Empire, I don't think I was familiar with any of these actors.
Yeah, me either.
I only knew Michael Pitt is the bad guy in the season of Hannibal.
The actress that plays Hedwig's husband,
Luther, or
no, her husband in the band, Yitzhak.
With the bandana.
I feel like we probably know her from stuff too. Maybe not. She's in a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, look, I'll see what she's in right now.
Oh, she's Jessica Jones's mother in Jessica Jones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know. She's like an actress that's in stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, I liked kind of how the movie kept kind of going back and forth in like different periods,
telling you the story as the movie went instead of just telling you it in like a chronological order.
Yeah, like I think the structure of the film was interesting, and it was I think dynamic in its storytelling that way, where it was just constantly kind of like giving you not a drip feed, but it was like giving you more context and giving you more backstory as it was also kind of furthering along what was happening in present time. And I enjoyed that. I think the acting was good. Like the music was good. I meant to look up actually if John Cameron Mitchell was actually singing. I'm assuming that they were. I don't know.
I imagine that he was. I thought the movie was like pretty funny too. Like there was a lot of times where like it would come back from a scene and I'd be like, "Oh, that's pretty funny."
There was one.
Like there's a point where like at the first time you find out that they're like just playing in like seafood restaurants.
Yes.
I was like, "Oh, that's kind of funny."
Well, I liked that like a lot of the I liked that a lot of those scenes were like playing in places that were like clearly not places that probably either wanted a band in general or that type of band or whatever, and it was just like it was funny to me. There was one of the scenes, I forget which, it was in the Miami bar, I wrote it down. Hedwig jumps on top of a table and
starts face banging the dude.
Yes, and says
turns to the camera essentially and says, "This is a car wash."
Yes, says it's a car wash, ladies and gentlemen, and I fucking lost it. I thought that was hilarious. Like I had to write it down. I was like, I can't forget this scene because I fucking lost it. I think it was earlier, like the first half of the movie, where that happened. I mean, I think that there's very clearly a lot of stuff both said outright, but also kind of baked into the storytelling and scene structure about like identity and struggling with your own identity, other people struggling with your identity. The scene with her and Tommy in the like trailer where he like wants to be physical and turns her around and like won't kiss her, all this stuff like that, and that comes up more times throughout the movie. It's kind of like not. I felt like it wasn't always just Tommy not being comfortable with the front of Hedwig, but also maybe Hedwig also not being comfortable with the front of their body. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm reading that incorrectly, but I feel like there's a lot of that type of identity struggle, both outwardly and kind of in between the lines throughout the movie, that I enjoyed.
Yeah, the movie definitely, like, a main plot point of the movie is like struggling with identity. I think that's why the final scene is like Hedwig taking off the wig and like kind of just like accepting like who she is at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good scene. I did like that scene a lot. I was a little unsure of how I felt about the ending of the film, where she's like coming out of the alley. I think that's how the movie ends.
Yeah, she's naked in the alley.
She's naked coming out of the alley. Yeah.
I don't know if that is supposed to be symbolic of something, and I'm just not picking up.
I think it's just that she is comfortable with herself and is like willing to show the world like, this is who I am.
Okay, all right, that makes sense then.
That's the way that I took it. Like, I'm stripped down. Like, this is who I am.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Naked on the floor.
The other thing I was confused by too was, I feel like they don't make it explicitly clear why Luther leaves. Does he just leave for like another person?
He found another guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Found another guy. It seemed as though what he wanted was a guy, and they had Hedwig go through like that botched surgery, and then like a year after the marriage, they're like, "Well, I'm gonna take off with the
actual dude. Like, yeah, dude."
Okay. I was because I felt like that just kind of that scene transition just happens where it's like she's in the trailer and then Luther just is like there with another dude and then they're leaving.
Yeah.
And
I think you're kind of just supposed to read between the lines at that point.
Well, I guess at first maybe I was also considering like, oh, is this like someone tied to the music situation? Like, is Luther just like trying to like, because they don't make it, and again, unless I just missed dialogue or something, I don't think they make it explicit up front with the, I mean, no, because in the beginning, Hedwig is performing music in Berlin still, right? Or in Europe somewhere, right? They're film like she is performing at that like outside and only one person is there? Or is that in the United States?
That was like in the middle of the tour.
Okay.
With that one person, and then she starts explaining like part of her backstory, and then the person comes.
Oh, at the Menzies Festival.
Yeah.
They were playing Stage 9 at the Menzies Festival. I thought that was kind of funny too.
I don't know what that
means. You're talking about the part. You're talking about the part where there's only like
one person in the crowd, and they sit on the stage, right?
And the lady comes out of the porta potty behind them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is at the Menzies Festival. That's what the sign says, and the sign above their head says Stage 9, meaning that they are so far down at a festival that is like, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
What were we talking about? We were saying.
I guess I was just saying I wasn't sure if like when the Luther scene happened, I wasn't sure if the person he was leaving with was music related. I think that's what I initially was thinking. Like, is Luther like partially interested in Hedwig because of the music situation, but then found this other person that's singing music? Because I don't think they show you who Tommy is yet at that point, right? But you know that she had her music stolen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure like for a good portion of like the beginning of the movie, you're left in the dark about what the particular beef with Tommy is, and then there was a point I think it was either at the Menzies Festival or like the next performance where she's like, okay, I know you guys want to know about Tommy, let me sit down and tell you more about
yeah
him.
Well, doesn't the manager say something before that about like you got to leave Tommy alone, like it's considered stalking or something?
Yeah.
So you just think it's like
Yeah.
she's stalking him or something?
We know. I think at that point we know that she says like she stole my music, and we know that she's following him around in order to like kind of drum up, um, you know, to tell more people that it's her music. But we don't really know what her connection, other than her saying like he stole my music. We don't really know what their connection is or like how that would have come about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the more we're talking about it, I I kind of like this movie like more than I initially thought. Maybe as the more we're talking about it, like I think it does have like some good scenes. It has good music. I think the acting is good. The story it's telling is clearly very interesting to me.
I wish I watched it before I watched.
I do too, actually.
Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, I kind of wish I do too because I think I would have like now that I'm thinking about it. I know I said off the top I probably wouldn't watch either of these movies again. I would probably watch this movie again at some point to maybe dive a little bit deeper into it and like appreciate the music a little bit more. I think.
I did watch this movie first because it was shorter. I was like, let me just bang this one out real quick.
Well, I think Earwig and the Angry Witch is also 2 hours. So I was just at the two. I got to watch 4 hours of this before I can watch 4 hours of Stranger Things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was my motivation. It was I need to make sure I watch both of these movies before Stranger Things comes back because I don't want to. When Friday came along, I wanted to be able to just watch Stranger Things. So,
I think as a group, we probably need to start watching the movies before the last week.
yeah,
I do something. Yeah.
I mean, I watched Moulin Rouge a few weeks ago, but still.
No, I
This is
definitely
like the
think
most TV I've watched in the last like month. Like the last 2 months, I've like consumed so much like TV, like because there's been a lot of good shows on that like any free time I have, I'm like watching like The Boys or watching like Stranger Things or like anything I can get.
If Todd has his movie picks today, I can probably watch them sometime this week.
I do. Well, I'm torn on what I'm gonna do.
Okay. No pressure. I'm just saying I have free time this week. I can make it happen.
I mean, I'll definitely have it picked by this week. I was deciding if I should do a poll or just pick it.
You do what you got to do. I'm not here to twist arms.
I meant to look this up more before we recorded this, but I believe Hedwig and the Angry Inch might be based on a true person. I think it's actually an adaptation of a Broadway play or musical. But I believe Hedwig is either a real person or is based off of a real person. She was a German army wife, but also a prostitute.
Sorry, both of those things are correct. The play came out in 1998, I believe, and the movie came out in 2001. It is based on John Cameron Mitchell's babysitter, I believe. She was a German prostitute.
Yes.
So wait, so he was Tommy?
Maybe. This, I believe that on Broadway, I could be wrong. He may not have done it on Broadway, but Neil Patrick Harris has played Hedwig on stage.
Yeah. So it seems like I'm briefly scrolling through the off-Broadway show, some stuff about that, and it seems like the Broadway show was very successful for its run in theaters. I don't know. I don't think it's still in theaters. I don't know how Broadway runs work, but
it's probably off Broadway at this point if it's still running.
But it seems like it was very successful. After the success of the off-Broadway production, Mitchell began working on a screenplay for a movie adaptation. I think the play is just called Hedwig. Filmed with a $6 million budget, Mitchell directed the film and reprised the role of Hedwig with Michael Pitt as Tommy. Mitchell and the band opted to record the film score live over a decade before Les Miserables did.
There's actually a bunch of people that have played Hedwig. You can keep reading. I just got surprised at the list.
Yeah, pull up a list. To give the songs a grittier rock concert sound, they performed everything live. It paid off. Hedwig took home Best Director and Audience Awards at Sundance Film Festival, and Mitchell garnered a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor. 14 years after its final off-Broadway performance, Hedwig is back in New York City in a newly reimagined production directed by Michael Meyer, featuring Lena Hall as Yitzhak and starring Neil Patrick Harris in the title role.
So people that have played Hedwig on stage: Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, Dom got booted out.
That's it.
While we wait for Dom to rejoin, he was in the middle of. I will just Google a list. Google a list in case he does not able to join back in. But it looks like he is joining back in now, so I will continue to vamp for another minute. While he is doing that, we can hear you. We cannot see you yet, but we can hear you.
I don't know what just happened. It literally just Discord just closed and
That's how they get you.
back up.
So we heard you say Neil Patrick Harris, I believe, and that was it.
Neil Patrick Harris, Lena Hall, who is like a big Broadway person, Darren Criss. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Darren Criss. He was in the assassination of Versace.
House
he
of Gucci?
was no, not that one. American Crime Story. Tay Diggs, Ali Sheedy, Anthony Rapp.
A lot of people.
I feel like that's a pretty good list.
I don't know how often
I don't know.
Broadway cycles like actors for roles like that in those shows. I know that I don't know anything. I'm not gonna even pretend to say anything about Broadway because I don't know anything about Broadway. I was gonna say I know that Jesse works on Broadway, so he would have been a good resource, but I'm not gonna message him randomly right now to be like, hey, how often do actors switch up in roles, etc.
It looks like the Broadway production closed in 2015
Okay.
after 22 previews and 507 regular performances.
Again, I don't know. In comparison, I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm assuming just by the article I quickly glanced over, it seems like it had a good run in theater, so it sounds impressive. With that many people,
in 2019, John Cameron Mitchell did a the Origin of Love tour, which is the songs and stories of Hedwig. It was like a stripped down version of the play.
Okay.
So even in 20 years later, it was still it's still I don't know, Broadway. It still has Broadway pull, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. I can understand why people would love Moulin Rouge. I can understand that. I just didn't vibe with me. I can understand why people would not like Moulin Rouge, and I can understand both of those same things with Hedwig. But Hedwig was just more of my type of movie, I think, just from the story it was telling, the way it was shot, the music, the acting. I thought it was all very good. I still don't know if I fully interpret the candy scene, and that is probably the visual that has stuck with me the most.
Part of it is definitely the Hansel and Gretel portion of it. His name was Hansel as a kid.
Okay.
Hansel and Gretel laid out candy so that they could find their way back.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
So
good.
I'm sure
But he
that
didn't-
was a big portion of that.
Okay.
The way he found his way back to
Was
Luther
candy.
was candy.
That clearly he put there. I don't know. It was
That Luther put there.
yes, yeah. I don't know. I feel like the gummy bear scene had to have also been some sort of awakening for Hedwig as well.
I'm sure there's some other
Meaning
something
behind
that
it.
we're missing there,
Yeah,
but
there's-
I am not. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. But that is like the visual that I think has stuck with me from the movie is that and probably the end, not the end alleyway scene, but the end performance where Hedwig takes the wig off and I think is also not wearing, might only be in pants or underwear.
I think just in underwear and has Tommy's cross
Yes,
on the
yes.
forehead.
I thought that was a striking scene. I also like the scene when he comes to her in towards the end in the car, and they are driving, and it seems like he's trying to like forgive, but then it quickly turns into like Hedwig being like, "No, you changed the words to the song because you don't know what the fucking words mean.
Hedwig's
And
just
these are my
not a
fucking
good
songs."
person.
Hedwig,
Hedwig's just not a good person. Yeah.
No, it's almost like a bad representation in some ways.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Well, not necessarily a bad reputation. It's just like Hedwig is just not a good person.
what?
She's troubled. Like the whole
Yeah.
her whole reaction to her husband trying to leave, and then she like has the passport and is like, nah, and then
Yeah,
tears
she
it up.
rips up the
Like, that's-
passport. That
Yeah.
was, yeah. Oh, you're gonna try to go out and be successful? Fuck you.
Yeah, yeah. I
not
mean,
great.
there's a lot going on.
I also saw like I was like watching that happen. Like there were so many like references to Rent like throughout the first half of the movie. I was like, something about Rent is gonna happen.
Does that happen in Rent?
No, the husband was like had auditioned for a part in
Oh,
Rent.
yes. Okay.
The Lithuanian tour of Rent.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Do we have anything else to say about Hedwig before we wrap things up? Mike's sleepy. Mike's got a little yawny boy over there.
The only other thing I was going to say is I had just looked it up. There was a 2020 episode of Riverdale that was a musical episode, and apparently the episode was based on Hedwig.
Interesting. Yeah, it was. I will say this about pretty much all of the movies we watch. I'm happier to have to have watched these films to gain, different sort of artistic expression, because again, I don't watch a lot of movies, and I think between our 4 picks, we kind of run the gamut of genre, style, writing, whatever it may be. We're kind of jumping all over the place.
I have a theme every year.
Yeah, you have a theme every year, but I think this is a movie that I will probably think about from time to time, and I could see myself watching it again at some point.
I would almost venture that if you take a trip to Provincetown this summer, I almost wonder if there's like a lot of like Hedwig references like in windows and like things that I feel like
Maybe.
you'll notice
Because
that
of this,
you
yeah.
wouldn't have noticed before. Yeah.
One of the concerts in the movie is in Rhode Island, which is not Provincetown, but it is closer to us.
Yeah.
One of them is in Rhode Island. I forget what it says when it pops up. It is when she tries to go to Tommy's like mall signing. That is in Rhode Island.
Okay.
I don't know if it's an actual mall in Rhode Island or whatever, but the scene transition on the screen was blah 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 Rhode Island. And I only remember that because when it happened, I was like, nobody fucking goes to Rhode Island.
right.
But yeah, overall, I liked it. I thought it was a good film.
Yeah.
When Dom pulls back in, we will wrap things up with
I'm here.
movie
I
version.
really don't know what's happening.
Movie version of What's in the Box that we just played on the last episode. If you're new to the show, this is your first episode, or you don't know what we're about to play, every week we play either What's in the Box or a different type of trivia / I don't know how else to describe it. I'll just call it trivia. Is there another way to describe these types of games, Mike? Or is trivia the
I don't fucking know.
Game show?
We'll work the name.
game show? We keep track of the points all year long. The scoreboard for the year. What's up? What you got?
I was gonna say I hope Dom's about to say his guess and he knows it, and then he gets kicked out, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, it's."
The scoreboard.
I'm considering switching to my phone, but we'll see.
The scoreboard for the year so far is Dom at 37, Todd at 27, Mike at 21, and a bunch of guest points. But as we are in a PTC Movie Club episode, I thought it would be better to do a movie-related thing. So we will do what we did in the last episode for Moulin Rouge, and we will play a movie game. So the way it works, I have 2 different movies, 3 different tiered points. I will reveal information per tier. Whoever gets it on those tiers gets the points. The movie will get easier to guess as we get lower on tiers, but the point value will get lower. To balance things out, movie number 1. With a budget of $35 million and a worldwide box office of just over $87 million, this movie released in 2008.
2008.
What was the box office? 100 and what?
Huh? Todd, are you paying attention? $35 million budget, 87 worldwide.
87 worldwide in 2008.
Correct.
87 million worldwide in 2008, I feel like is not a good pull.
Unless
I mean, it's
more of an
decent.
art
Like,
house
the
movie.
movie was financially,
Yeah,
financially it did well.
it made its money back.
Yeah, it was they made a profit.
Yeah, probably. I don't remember how much you have to factor in for marketing,
I think,
or if
I
this
think
film
it-
was even marketed.
I think it's 1.5.
But we also don't know what kind of film this is. That may not have been marketed very well.
Yeah.
2008. 2008.
To remind our listeners and viewers, they each get 2 guesses per tier.
That's true.
8.
Wait, did anyone say Transformers yet?
No, but it's wrong. Go ahead.
I'm joking.
I'm gonna guess Step Brothers.
I like
Incorrect.
that guess.
I'm gonna guess Little Miss Sunshine.
Interesting. I think that's 2005.
Is it? I don't
Incorrect.
know.
I
Oh,
feel like
terrible
it did.
guess though.
Not a terrible guess. I'm gonna double check that. $2006.
With a
can I do
budget
this?
of 35 and a box office of 87.
Box office 87. Okay. 35. I think that's pretty.
Can't do that.
2008. Let's see. 2008 would have been both Iron Man and maybe The Dark Knight.
Yeah, those movies made way more than that, though.
I know they made way more. I'm just trying to get myself in the mindset of like what
Yeah.
else I'm seeing that year. Nah, I got nothing. Just I got nothing.
Mike, you're moving on to tier 2.
I'm moving on to tier 2. I'm just gonna be spitting out. I'll spend more time trying to think of like what movies came out that year.
Yeah, same.
Does anyone else have guesses? Or
Dom does not.
Todd, do you have guesses for?
No, I'd just be throwing shit against the wall.
We will wait for Dom to return before we officially move on
I'm
to
here.
tier 2.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Do you have another guess for tier 2, Dom? I'm sorry, for tier 3.
For tier 1? Oh, for whatever you're calling this.
Tier 3 points.
Do I have another guess? 2008. 2008. 2008. My other guess for this tier is going to be, I don't know, Just to Go With It.
Incorrect.
I don't know what Adam Sandler movie would have come out that year.
We will move on to tier 2, which if a correct guess is made here, will result in 2 points for the correct answer. With a budget of that's the wrong piece of paper. With a budget of $35 million, a box office of $87 million, this rated PG-13 film released in October 17th of 2008.
October. So I'm gonna say.
Is there anything else you give on this one or no? This round, I can't remember.
I mean, no, I can give.
He gave a fun fact last time. I think that was it.
Oh, you know what I gave?
I've seen this together.
No, I gave a awards. I apologize. This movie was where is this? This movie was nominated for 1 Razzie for Worst Actor.
1 Razzie.
I think
Worst Actor 2008.
I'm gonna take a guess. I don't know if this is the name of the movie though, so like it could fuck me up. No, I don't know the name of it. I don't think it would have made that much money either. Maybe that's the name of it? I don't know. I'll wait for someone else to guess.
Okay. All right. So this is a bad. Well, yeah, a bad film. We'll just say bad film. 2008 October.
So the tier 1 will be tagline, because I feel like so far for any movie I've looked up, the tagline is pretty revealing. So I will continue to keep tier 1 the tagline. If you would like me to put one of these things in here, director or distribution company, I can do that.
I probably would end up wanting that for at some point. I don't know if I need it right now, but I think that would be something useful. I will 2008.
Can I guess the director?
Is that going to help you?
I don't know.
Do we all still have one guess for 2008 for this second one?
Yes.
I think we all have.
Or 2 guesses, sure.
We all have 2 guesses for this.
Yeah, then why don't you give us the director?
Fine. I will give you the director and the distribution company, but then it results in everyone only getting 1 guess for tier 2.
Yeah, that's fair.
Directed by John Moore, and it was a 20th Century Fox film.
I don't even know who fucking John Moore is. I feel like I'm pretty good with directors, too.
An 8.
I was thinking it was an M. Night Shyamalan movie. I was thinking of The Happening or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Mark Wahlberg definitely getting a Razzie for that.
You may know this director from this film, or Flight of the Phoenix, or The Omen, or Behind Enemy Lines.
Oh, weird.
I definitely
Behind
heard
Enemy
of
Lines
these
is
two
like
those
a good
films.
movie. Yeah. Oh wait, no, Behind Enemy Lines, isn't that wow guy?
Yes, I believe so.
The chat is very, very invested in this movie pick.
How many guesses do I get?
On this tier, you have 1 guess.
Yeah, we used a guess.
I'm gonna use a guess. Is it High Noon?
It is not High Noon.
That's a Jackie Chan one, isn't it?
That's the Jackie Chan one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Was it?
No, isn't that called
no,
Shanghai Noon?
That was Shanghai Noon.
That was Shanghai Noon.
Sorry,
what
what I was trying to say.
What was the one with Seth Rogen and James Franco? Was that High Noon?
No, Your Highness. Your Highness.
Your Highness.
The one with Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
8.
2008. Oh wait, is it 8? I feel like that might have made more money.
I think Superbad was 2007, 2008. Actually, 2008 probably, but I don't think that would have been Razzie. I think it would have made more money. That was like
Yeah, definitely.
like that movie did very well. But
That was a big movie when it came out.
Did Tropic Thunder do well?
Yeah.
I think so.
People loved that Tom Cruise reveal at the end. People fucking loved that Tom Cruise reveal.
20th Century Fox.
Knowing that he directed Behind Enemy Lines is definitely, this guy's a shitty director. So, like, I'm not surprised that he has like.
I mean, I don't know if any of that is a help or not to this film.
Just makes me see that makes me think I never saw it because I never saw Behind Enemy Lines. I saw like half of it.
For a context clue, I can say I feel pretty confidently that at least Todd has seen this movie.
At least
Yeah, but
Todd
Todd's
has seen this movie.
Yes.
Todd's movie about Todd watches movies. Be more of a clue if you've watched this movie.
I don't remember.
I have another guess, but I'm gonna have to wait till the next one.
I may have seen it. I just don't remember.
Although bad guess.
That's a confusing clue.
What?
That you may have seen it, but you don't remember.
2008. If I saw it, it might have been like, yeah, I'll go see it, and like I went and saw it in theaters. But you know, I mean, it based on the information that we all have right now, it made double its budget, a little over double its budget. But was it a movie people enjoyed? Saw?
Oh, you know what movie came out around that time? I'm gonna just throw out a guess because I don't want to waste any more time. Sex Drive. That might have been 2009, but I'm gonna say Sex Drive.
Incorrect.
I saw that in theaters.
I think it's possible that you two have also seen the film. I just don't know, and I honestly don't know if Todd has seen the film. I'm taking a guess that I think Todd may have seen this movie.
Wow. Nope.
I don't know. I've got nothing.
Are we moving to the
2008,
final
I was
tier?
right.
I'm gonna guess Pineapple Express.
Incorrect. I also love that film.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
I just don't have a better guess right now.
I would say I'd have to sit down and think about it, but out of like those people's groups of movies, Pineapple Express might be my favorite one. Like I might like Pineapple Express more than Superbad.
Yeah, I mean I'm with you. And you're a big stoner, so I get it.
Bro,
Yeah,
I'm the highest.
absolutely.
I'm the highest I ever been.
What about This Is the End? Was that what it's called?
I really like This Is the End,
I do too.
but I feel like I would be more susceptible to rewatching at this point Pineapple Express, and I would rather just watch clips of This Is the End.
This Is the End. If Michael Cera was in more of This Is the End, that movie could have been like a top tier movie.
Yeah,
like they took him out way too quick.
Yeah, there were a couple of them that got taken out too quick, but I think I would probably rather watch clips of that movie and not watch that full movie again.
Right.
So the tier 1 is the tagline.
We're all gonna be like, oh.
And I think I should institute this type of ruling for tier 1 because it does make it easier. If you guess, you cannot blurt out a second guess until the other two people have had a moment to guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
With a budget of 35 million, with a box office of 87 million, released on October 17th, 2008. This PG-13 film
Forgot it was PG-13.
was
I did too. I was
advertised
gonna just say like another movie that's not PG-13. Yeah.
was advertised with the tagline, "I don't believe in heaven. I believe in pain. I believe in fear. I believe in death."
So I was gonna say role models, but like that's I believe.
That tagline makes no sense.
Yeah, right. No, after that line, no. But like,
What's Role Models? The like Sean William Scott movie?
yeah. And,
I think that movie came out
Paul
later.
Rudd.
I think that movie came out later.
Can you
read that again?
I don't believe in heaven. I believe in pain. I believe in fear. I believe in death. Was that what it was?
That is correct, Mike. You don't get any points for that, but I am impressed.
Oh, okay.
I got nothing. Is that the only tagline you can say?
that is. I mean, I can see if there's a second tagline. Let me see if there's another tagline.
No, that's fine.
That is. From the director of Behind
do I
Enemy
have,
Lines
like-
and The Omen.
Yeah.
The Omen. What's The Omen too? Is that the remake? Like of
It must
the
have
original?
been a remake. Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah,
a
I didn't even
remake.
know they remade. I didn't even know they remade one.
Feel like
Razzie too.
yeah,
I keep on thinking
Razzie
about the
one-
Razzie.
Yeah, the Razzie.
The Razzie used to be like the dead giveaway.
Because I just was coming up with a guess for the tagline, but it doesn't make sense that he would have been given a Razzie.
PG-13,
Now,
right?
yeah.
Okay, that rules
So
out
it
what
can't
I
be
was
a comedy
confused
after that. After what he just said.
No.
Well, based
I
off
was
of the
only thinking
director's
comedy. I was only
things.
thinking- yeah, true.
Wait, Brendan, we saw Pineapple Express in the theaters, didn't we? That was like the craziest movie experience. We saw it at midnight, I
Yeah,
believe.
everyone in there
And,
was
like,
so
people were
fucking
going
high.
Crazy. But people were like throwing shit and everything.
Yeah.
And, like, it was nuts. I remember it being like a very crazy experience.
I can't find another tagline, so.
Okay.
I mean, I can give you other information of the film. I can give you the main actor, but I feel like those types of things might just make it who
Give
is
a
the
side actor.
Yeah,
Who-
just
who-
give us the main actor.
Yeah,
No, give us give us the side actor. That's fine.
Let me take a look. Let me take a peek here. So the not top billed actor. I will start a little bit lower and we will work slowly closer to the top bill, but I am probably not going to give you the top billing actor. Ludacris.
He was not.
Is it?
Uh.
Is
I mean, 87 million. It's not bad. Or whatever it was.
Luda was in.
I kind of remember a horror film with Ludacris in it, but I can't
I was gonna,
remember
yeah, it was
what it
PG-13
was.
too. I remember Luda being in a bunch of movies besides Fast and the Furious too.
I was gonna say a Fast and the Furious film.
Yeah, but
No, because
tagline
he
makes
was
sense.
in the second one. I think he was in Too Fast, Too Furious, and I think that was still way early 2000s, and then it kind of came back after Tokyo Drift in 2005.
He was in
But
a
I
bunch of
think-
movies though back then.
He was in a horror film. I do remember him being in a horror film. I never saw it, but I could just. I remember like seeing commercials and thinking to myself, like, how did they kill him off in that movie? But what was it?
Chris O'Donnell.
Ooh,
He was still making movies then?
yeah, I was gonna say. Whatever happened to him?
Beau Bridges.
Another random dude.
Batman and Robin happened to Chris O'Donnell, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but that would have been before.
But George Clooney made
Wasn't
it out of those bad movies.
Oh yeah.
Mila Kunis.
I do know this movie.
I definitely still don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
Mila Kunis, Chris O'Donnell, and Ludacris.
And Beau
I remember
Bridges.
Mila Kunis and I
Beau Bridges.
forget Beau Bridges and Chris O'Donnell. I remember a movie
Who's the top
with
bill?
those two. He's hiding
Wait,
it from us.
was Mila Kunis the second?
Does
Give us
IMDb
another.
list them in order of operation? Like, I don't know how IMDb lists the actors. I mean, I
don't
know
think
who
I
the top
know.
billing actor is, and I am not reading their name.
I don't
Yeah, I think
remember
I
if
know who the
IMDb
actors are.
is in order. Yeah, I think IMDb is in order of
Okay.
like top build.
So Mila Kunis is the second billed person, according to IMDb.
Does that mean Chris O'Donnell is third or fourth?
Fifth. Sorry. It goes
Yeah,
Chris
yeah,
O'Donnell.
like
It
Beau
goes Chris
Bridges.
O'Donnell, Ludacris, Beau Bridges, Mila Kunis. If this is in order.
Is the movie Just Friends?
No. Also, I think that movie is like, isn't that movie like, Deadpool and like Julia
No, it's Justin Timberlake.
Natalie Portman.
No, it's not Natalie Portman. Isn't Just
So there
Friends
was
the
one
one?
with-
Isn't Just Friends the one where fucking Deadpool is like fat and then he's like with not Julia Roberts? Who plays
Oh,
Yes, you're right.
the
You're
woman
talking
in The
about-
Blind Side, blindfolded,
talking
Bird
about-
Box,
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock. What movie is
okay,
that?
that's a proposal.
Oh,
You're
but
talking
that's
about the
Deadpool, right? That's fucking Ryan, fucking
Okay,
Pool.
And Ryan Reynolds and
You're
Sandra
thinking of
Bullock
the
is
girl
the
from Road
proposal. But the movie where Ryan Reynolds was fat is a different movie.
that
Yeah,
one's
that's the one I
called
said.
Best
yeah,
Friends.
That one, Just Friends is the one where he's like fat and the I forget who the main woman is, but I think
Amy
Brittany.
something.
No,
Amy Smart. Amy Smart.
Amy
Is
Smart.
that her?
I think Amy Smart is the one that he wants to get with, and I think Brittany's. I
Brittany
forget. There was
Murphy?
like a girl that was Brittany Murphy, maybe. Someone was like crazy about him, like
Yeah.
she was like playing a Britney Spears sort of analog.
No,
that
that's
was
Crazy
Just
Stupid
Friends.
Love.
And then
That's a good movie.
Mila Kunis was in that movie, Friends with Benefits, I think.
Yeah.
But there
That's
was
Justin
another
Timberlake.
what I was
That's
thinking.
Justin Timberlake,
Yeah.
right?
There's another movie. Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
There's another
one
movie
with
with
Ashton Kutcher and
Kutcher and Natalie Portman, which was called
Friends with Benefits.
no.
All right.
Just a tip.
Todd-
One's called Friends with Benefits and one's called
We have passed the
I forget
grace
what it was
period.
called.
We have passed the grace period of Todd not being able to answer again. I will read through a few different things again. With a budget of 35 million and a worldwide box office of 87 million, this movie came out in October 17th, 2008.
Yeah, it has Bill Bridges in it, we know.
PG-13.
Yep.
The tagline is, where did it go?
I don't believe in heaven. I believe in fear.
I'll just read it, Mike.
I believe in fear and death.
I don't remember if that's right. I don't believe in
Pain, fear, and
heaven.
death.
I believe in pain. I believe in fear. I believe in death. What did you say, Dom?
That was what I said.
Eric in the chat said No Strings Attached was the Natalie Portman Ashton Kutcher
No
movie.
strings
No strings
attached.
attached. There we go.
Is that the one where she's a teacher or something? Or am I thinking of an even different
don't-
movie?
You're thinking
I don't know.
Easy
One of
A. No, Bad Teacher with
Oh, yeah.
with,
Mila Kunis.
is that Mila Kunis?
I
Is
No,
thought-
it's Cameron. No, it's Cameron Diaz.
Oh, yeah, it was
Bad
Cameron
Teacher
Diaz.
with Cameron Diaz. I think there's one with Natalie. Well, it's too late now.
Yeah.
You're thinking about Bad Moms.
Now I just know. Eric said,
You know everything besides the movie
I
that
know.
Brendan's trying to get us.
Eric said, I don't know, but my first tweet ever was about going to see that movie. And I don't know what movie he's referencing now, but it's even better that way. So the cast that I have revealed so far is in IMDb order: Chris O'Donnell,
Should be like a 2001 movie. with the cast you're
Ludacris,
listing.
I know.
Beau Bridges, Mila Kunis. I will not reveal to you the top billed actor, but I will
I feel
say
like you should because I don't even think we'll still get it.
I will say this: the top billed actor is from Massachusetts.
Oh, it's Mark Wahlberg. Oh shit! I know what it is.
Not another
now.
team movie.
It's fucking Max
No.
Payne.
It's Max Payne.
I was thinking that's so funny.
Dom gets the point.
I don't even
Oh,
know who anyone in that movie is.
As soon as I said Mark Wahlberg, I was like, oh fuck, Mila Kunis was in Max Payne.
that's why I didn't want to say Mark
Kristen
Wahlberg.
Bell's in that?
I don't.
I had a feeling you were going to pick Max Payne too. Ironically enough.
When I started revealing the movie earlier in the chat, Jade said, "LMAO, good pick," and I wrote, "Todd is going to be so mad if he doesn't get this movie."
No, I'm not mad. That movie was terrible. That movie was like one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, apparently Ludacris plays Jim Bravura in.
Yeah, I don't remember anyone in that movie. I remember being like, "Why is Mark Wahlberg playing Max Payne the whole time?" I was like,
Is it like, I don't know if it's a faithful adaptation of the game, so I don't know if Lieutenant Jim
No.
Bravura is a person, but
I can't remember. I have a crying baby, so I might have to bow out of this last one.
No, I think that was it, wasn't it?
I mean that was
Oh,
only
is that
one.
it?
We can. It was a long one, but it was one. We can do one more, or we can call it.
Shit.
I mean, I can start it, and Todd can filter back and forth as he needs to.
Listen, yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna get off the camera and I'm gonna do this in the dark right now, and I'm gonna press mute, and if I know it, I'm just gonna fucking
Oh
jump
boy,
in.
Todd's doing hot mic, hot kid mic. No, not those words in a sentence. So
No.
that brings us to our final movie. Let me pull up the correct stats here so I don't say this incorrectly. With a budget of $9 million,
Yikes.
this 1998 film grossed a little over $17 million. That is your 3-point reveal.
1998.
1998.
$9 million.
9 million. It didn't even make back double. Did not even make back double.
1998.
Two guesses on the board for the panel.
9 million in 1998.
Um, 98. What was I doing in 98? I was shooting crabs behind my middle school.
9 million.
Yeah, I love them dice, boys. I love them dice.
All right, so Mike, let's real quick. We've
Mhm.
done Shrek.
Yep.
We've done Doom. We've done Max
Mhm.
Payne. Do we think
Mhm.
that it's just another fucking video game movie?
Shrek is not a video game movie.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Yeah. What video game movie would have been in 98? The
How
only thing,
how old is Resident Evil, the first one?
the first one I think was still 2000s. I think even
Okay.
Tomb Raider was also in the 2000s. I think.
I
Those
don't
are
know.
the two
He had like a little giggle face on there for a second. So
Yeah, I mean, it could have been.
let's keep talking about it.
I'm on my phone. I'm giggling at other stuff.
He's looking at nothing. He's at the calculator open. He's like, that'll show him. So you might not be wrong. Okay, I'll say that much. You might not be wrong.
We know from looking it up before that it's not Silent Hill.
Yeah, Silent Hill. I think was closer. I think I was closer to whatever the date was for that film that he had picked at the time.
Yeah.
Um,
Were all of the Street Fighter movies done by that point? I mean, before recently.
yeah, like the old ones that had Raul. Yeah, I want to say those were done. I forget what year that guy died.
I'm gonna fix the cameras now that Todd's not here, and I guarantee as soon as I do that, Todd's gonna fucking come back and it's gonna fuck the cameras up again. But I'll move it so that at least Mike is not hidden right now.
Maybe you should have multiple scenes set up so that way.
I mean, that would be what an actual production would do, but
Mortal Kombat 2.
Incorrect.
Oh, there's another franchise that I forgot about at that point.
Yeah, we forgot about
I'm gonna use one of my guesses to say Resident Evil.
Incorrect.
Okay. Do I throw out a video game guess? I don't think there's anything else that fits in that time frame.
I don't know.
I think the Tekken movies came out later. The Mortal Kombat movies, even if it was a Mortal Kombat film, it would have been a weird number that I'm not going to be able to pick out. And same with Street Fighter. So
I don't even remember how many Street Fighter movies there were. Were there 3?
Yeah, who knows? Let's see, 98. Put this in context of other films. Toy Story 2 was 99.
Was Blade 1998 or was that 1999?
I think Blade was 98, but I think Blade did better.
No, I'm just trying to put a.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
a
okay.
time frame
Just
on
trying to put a time frame on it. Yeah, I think Blade was 98.
And it definitely would have been. It definitely would have spent more than $9 million.
Budget of $9 million, gross of $17 million, 1998.
I'm just gonna throw out a guess. I'm gonna say The Nutty Professor.
Incorrect.
I'm pretty sure that movie made more than 17.
Yeah, I would imagine it did. I probably imagine it had a bigger budget too. Eddie Murphy was huge at that time, no?
Yeah, he should have been.
They may have They may have spent $9 million on having Eddie Murphy be in that movie.
Yeah. Well, does
Another
Eddie Murphy
$9 million for the prosthetics.
does Eddie Murphy have his own production company? I feel like he must own that character. I have no idea though.
1998.
I believe Mike has burned 2 guesses, and you and Todd have each burned 1. I believe.
I don't remember what my first guess would have been.
$9 million budget. You guessed.
You did
I don't even
guess.
remember what
You
you
guessed
guessed at all.
first, Mike. I'm pretty sure.
All right.
I mean,
I don't even remember what you guessed. Either.
Damn.
What did
Yeah.
you guess? What was your last guess?
I don't. I just said Nutty Professor. I don't remember what my other guess is, and I don't. Really
someone guessed Resident Evil, and someone guessed.
That was me.
Todd guessed Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
And
He guessed. All right, that's good because he guessed Mortal Kombat 2. So that means that it wasn't Mortal Kombat and it wasn't Mortal Kombat 2.
there you go. You get a freebie. I think Mike already guessed twice, but you can guess if they're fine with it, Mike. I don't care. You can guess a second time.
I don't
remember
care.
Mike
I don't
either.
have any. I couldn't even think of another thing. With the information I have, I don't think I could come up with anything else.
If we have
$9 million makes me think that it's like a really like low budget movie, or that it's like a comedy. Like that doesn't need.
Yeah.
if we have the panel's consent, we can move to tier 2.
1998. Yeah, we can move. We can move to tier 2. Mike,
Todd, are we also feeling to move to tier 2, Todd, or do you have another guess?
Yeah, you can go to tier 2.
I'm right here, guys. Then with Todd's approval, we'll move to tier 2. So with a budget of 9, with a worldwide of 17, this movie released December 11th, 1998. What do we normally do? This is a rated R film.
on awards.
And awards, thank you. Let's see. This movie may not have been nominated for an Oscar, but it does have 16 nominations and 16 wins from other establishments. I am not going to read them all. I will read you some of the categories. Best actor in a supporting role.
Are these like Golden Globe things, or are they like Sundance things?
Let's see. It looks like there are 16 separate ones, and am not familiar with a lot of them, so I will give you the Golden Globe, which was nominated for Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role. The rest all seem like much smaller types of awards.
And you said nominated, right? Didn't win anything?
For the Golden Globe, it was a nomination. It does have wins in some of these other smaller things, but
Okay.
the Golden Globe is a nomination.
And there's no Razzies.
There are no Razzies, I'll give you that.
So we didn't hate it all that much. Just didn't make a lot of money.
It's got a nomination at the Teen Choice Awards for Breakout Performance.
Rated R? It had a Teen Choice Award?
Listen, I'm just reading what the IMDb page says.
Hey, listen, you have to be 17 to see a rated R film, so.
Oh, wait.
Oops.
$1998.
Breakout performance. It doesn't necessarily mean that this person actually broke out. That might have been like their one and done. That might have been the Chris O'Donnell.
I didn't know IMDb does this. At the bottom of my page, it has recently viewed, and now my recently viewed is Max Payne, Ludacris, Robin. I don't know. Forget what his name is. O'Connell.
Chris O'Donnell. Chris O'Donnell.
The director for the movie. Other supporting actors from Doom.
Yeah, you're on a wild ride. IMDb doesn't know what to make of this.
Um, hey, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
98. No, I think that's too early.
No,
You want
Do you know-
a celebrity pull from Jen? You want Jen to give a fact about the movie? She already walked away.
I want to say yes, just
Jen,
just to see what that would have.
do you want to give them a hint on this
entails.
movie? I'm gonna mute my mic.
Mike,
Stop.
how many Britney Spears albums do we have by 1998?
One More Time was like 99, wasn't it? It might have been 98.
Okay.
I think that was her first one.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't Crossroads.
No, I don't think it was Crossroads yet. We weren't ready. We weren't ready for that.
I'm just thinking if it's rated R and it won a Teen Choice Awards, then it's like some like pop
Yeah.
icon of some sort.
Um,
And a breakout role makes me think that it's like a musician or something.
Has anyone guessed yet this round?
No.
Okay.
No.
If the panel is okay with it, Jen will give you a quote that she thinks is from this movie.
I absolutely
Yes.
hate using
Yes.
a guess on this, but I want this.
Yeah, I
right.
want to hear. I want to hear what she thinks is said
So
in this film.
this will
Or do you want to say it?
no, you can say it. This will bring it to one guess on tier 2.
Perfect.
Todd, are you on board?
It doesn't matter. He's on board.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Jen, what is your quote?
These are OR scrubs. Oh, are they?
Oh, I know this. Oh, Van Wilder.
Enjoying it.
It is not Van Wilder.
Wait, wait. Oh my God.
I'm sure it's from
Someone else
Wilder.
make a guess.
Oh,
Why did I say it's 98? What am I saying?
No, it's not.
I know that line. I used to say that line all the time.
it does.
Did
Sound
Did you really, Todd?
Yes,
It does sound familiar.
I'm gonna.
I know.
Can I
this.
waste a guess? I'm gonna waste a guess.
Yeah, waste one because I need another guess.
I think this is too early. I'm gonna say Harold and Kumar.
No, Mike,
that's
it is not.
later.
I can't say this because it's unfair because you have both guessed.
Can I guess? Can I guess?
No,
I don't get another guess.
no, not until tier 1.
Oh my God.
But I have fact checked the quote, so I do know the answer if it is indeed from this movie or not.
Yeah, I know what they are. I know what it is. God damn it. I don't know why I said Van Wilder. I was thinking of, but why?
Oh,
Oh, is that what that GIF is from?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no, that's from Harold and Kumar. I'm sorry. That's Harold and Kumar. That's what I was thinking of though.
Mhm.
I'm all over the place. I know what this is now though. So if they don't get it, I
Dom, it sounds like Todd knows. So there's 2
I
points,
know.
two big ones riding on this.
know.
I cannot reveal more information because then it would be unfair.
yeah, but Todd also thought he knew the other one and it ended up being Max Payne.
That's true,
so-
but I'm 90% sure I'm right with this.
I don't know. Is it Scary Movie?
it is not
No.
a scary movie. That brings us to tier 1. Again, if you guess, Todd, or anyone, there is a buffer period to let the other people guess. So
Okay, it's can I guess?
if you want to guess before the tagline, go for it.
It's Rushmore.
It is indeed Rushmore.
Oh, fucking A.
And the quote is from Rushmore. The tagline is,
I can't believe I could have got 2 points on that. I'm so fucking pissed. I
Coulda
jumped the
got it.
gun. I fucking jumped the gun.
where the fuck did the tagline go?
Van Wilder. What the fuck was that even?
I was.
Tagline. Well, one of the taglines is "She was my Rushmore." I was obviously not going to read that, but I was going to read "All's fair when love is war." I don't know if that would have
I don't
given
think
it away.
anyone would have got those.
No, I was not gonna
It's
get
the OR
that.
scrub that
regardless.
gave it away.
There is a third tagline: "Love, expulsion, revolution." So,
I need to rewatch Rushmore.
It's so good.
have you all seen Rushmore?
I have not.
But you're aware of that film, though, Mike?
I'm aware of the title of the film. I don't think I know anything about it. I don't even think I could if you told me what actors were in it, I'd be like, oh yeah.
Breakout performance was for Jason Schwartzman. The Golden
Yeah,
Globe for Best Supporting Actor was Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Yeah.
Both Wilson brothers are in it.
When you were both very convinced that it was a video game movie, that's why I was smirking. I was like, nope. You are very, very wrong. So there you have it. Oh, I got to add the points. Todd got that, correct?
Yeah.
So that leaves the
I
week
got 7 points for that.
at Dom at 38, Todd at 28, Mike at 21, and a bunch of guest points. And everybody, that'll do it for this week's double feature. This was episode 322. Follow us on social media. Leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. Follow us on Twitch. Subscribe to us everywhere you want to do that. And until next time.